The sign said the flight was canceled.
We just changed the time.
Is it earlier or later?
Later.
Later.
Hey folks, and welcome to another travel series here. We are on our way to Phuket this morning, the island of Phuket. Now that's quite a distance away from where we live here in Bang Sen, so we are going to fly, but we've also got some public transportation to deal with in between, like this bot bus that just picked us up here at the condo. But we will arrive to Phuket today and check into a lovely resort, take a look around the island, and start seeing what there is to see. While we deal with some of this public transportation this morning, here's a quick look at what's coming up in the rest of this series. So yeah, we made it to our minibus, which will take us to the airport in Bangkok, and that's 120 baht a person. A little over an hour ride. I think V fell asleep during it for part of the way. But when you get to the airport, it doesn't exactly drop you off at the airport, much to my chagrin. It drops you off on the other side of a kind of a divided highway here, which is in front of, like, I guess, which would be the airport bus terminal. So you just come up here and then you get your shuttle bus.
So after they let us out on a busy highway, we walked across and we'll catch a bus, free bus, just a little shuttle bus over to the terminal. And it's air conditioned.
So yeah, we didn't have to wait long for that at all. We just stepped aboard and off they went. And I looked around and I thought, boy, if our flight is as crowded as this bus, we're going to be the only ones on the plane, but that wouldn't be the case. The first thing I noticed when we got to the terminal is most of the entrances to the terminal are sealed off. They're closed. They dropped us off at number 5, or gate 5, I guess, entrance 5. We had to walk down to number 2, and that's where we could finally get in, because all the other ones are like roped off there. They're directing everybody here to one kind of a central entrance, so they have it all set up there with all the kind of the rules, and then you get scanned and all that. And I was very curious of the process and to see what would happen. This is my first time flying after the lockdown, but we made it in. I went up to the big board and I was looking for my flight, and I think I found it there. There it is, Phuket, 11:25. It says canceled.
The sign said the flight was canceled.
We just changed the time of departure.
Is it earlier or later?
Later.
Later. So not sure what's going on. Somebody told V we could get on an earlier flight, but then she told me it's a later flight.
Yeah, we would be flying on Vietjet this day, a Thai Vietjet, and originally they put us ahead of the rest of the line so we could check in, and then just directed us to the gate. So I was thinking we might be leaving earlier, but then the ticket agent said we would be leaving later, so I didn't know what to do. We just went to the gate, and you had to go quite a ways, and then you get to the security, and we'll go through all the security and get scanned again.
They took V's toothpaste. The tube was too big. Nothing more than 100 grams or 100 milliliter, I don't know, whatever it is. It was 160. Hers was 160, you can't have more than 100. And they thought my gimbal was a spray can. Odd. So it is the same time. The flight time is the same. But I think what they're doing is they're canceling some because there probably isn't enough people. This is scheduled time 06:15. So maybe that early flight they canceled and rolled everybody over to this one, which that'd be like a 5-hour wait, over a 5-hour wait. So actually I consider myself lucky.
So as it would turn out, we're leaving at the original time on the original flight, no changes. We just had to load up into this bus to get to the plane out on the tarmac, packed us in there, pretty good. And that's where it'll take you. And we'll just go out there and then we'll get on the plane. It doesn't pull right up to the building, at least not in this case. And here we are, we're just kind of in the middle of the tarmac getting on the plane. And it was quite busy on the plane. It wasn't a totally full flight, but it was a lot more people than what I thought it would be, which I think is good. This is a non-stop flight to Phuket, and all these people are going to Phuket, so we'll ride along with them. Now, this was V's first time flying. She's never flown before. That's a good flight, I guess, to get your feet wet. It's a short flight, only a little over an hour, and so far it's gone pretty smooth, so helped her get all fastened up there. She wasn't really, down with the rules first time flying. You can see the people still coming on. There was about 3 loads of buses to fill the plane up. And yeah, and I was happy to see it, full or practically full, but I think this was the aggregate of actually 2, maybe even 3 flights. A couple had been canceled and they kind of merged everything into this one flight. But since it was V's first time flying, I thought, well, maybe I should introduce her to the air sickness bag. So she wasn't quite sure what this was, and I thought, well, better she have it now before we take off, and in the event that she needs it. She was unsure what it was, had to explain it, but she fully understood and thought, yeah, that's a good idea, I'll keep that there. So we eventually took off, and she did fine, she did well, no problems. She never used the bag. And it was a nice view coming into Phuket. You can see all the islands out the window. She had the window seat so she could see all that. And I think it was just maybe an hour and 10 minutes. It was a very good flight. And I think she had a little problem with her ears popping. That's, I guess, a natural reaction to a first-time flight. But she decided to keep the air sickness bag for a little bit of a souvenir, I guess. So up until this point, I had all the travel planned, except for our ground transportation when we would arrive in Phuket. And here's an option right here. They had taxis, they had minibuses. He did offer us a discounted taxi rate of 600 baht, which I thought was fair, or a minibus for 180. But V wanted to try to take a bus.
Taxi wanted 600 baht. But I think it's about 38 kilometers. So 22, 23 miles, something like that, which I don't think is too unreasonable. They originally asked for 800 baht, but V says we can catch a bus right here. So we'll see how that pans out. We were at the wrong end. We had to make a left. The buses are here.
So yeah, if you make a left out of the terminal doors, go all the way to the end, there's that little bus station or section right there, and they had 3 different routes. The route that we needed to get to Patong, that's where we're going, Patong, that wasn't running. They said lack of people. But this route, which ran to Phuket City, they said we could take, and then we'll just switch to a different bus once we get there, and that'll take us to Patong. This was 100 baht for this bus, and the other bus would be 15 baht once we get on that. So they let us out here. We're kind of right by Phuket City. Still very, very far from where we need to go. And we waited almost an hour for the next bus to come, which is this blue one here. Yeah, so this bus didn't look anything like the big orange bus and green bus that we got from the terminal. This didn't have aircon. But it was only 15 baht, but it made a lot more stops. We would still have at least a 40-minute ride. That taxi or minibus at the airport was starting to look pretty good.
We stopped for 200 baht of gas right at Patong Beach. We landed 3 hours ago. And as you can tell, we're not to the resort yet. minibus was 180 baht a person. I thought that was more than reasonable. We got a 100 baht bus to a 15 baht bus. We still paid 230 baht. We saved 130 baht and probably spent 2 extra hours. Almost an hour of which has been sitting in an unair-conditioned bus that had to stop for 200 baht worth of gas to make it into town.
So yeah, I think 130 baht from the airport to Patong is probably about the cheapest you're going to do. So if you're on a budget, that's how you do it. At least that's one way to do it. But for everybody else, consider a cab or a minibus.
สวัสดีครับอันนี้เช็คอินเหรอ
So welcome to the Impiana Resort right here on Patong Beach, directly on the beach. One of the few that actually has direct beach access. And I don't know what we paid per night, and I don't know what the flight was. I had a package. The package was 2 round-trip flights, 3 nights here at the Impiana Resort, and it included breakfast. So that all totaled up, after taxes, booking fees, and everything, to almost 11,000 baht, or right at about 350 US dollars.
You stay this your room is 306. Yes. So our breakfast will start at 7.
So yeah, this resort basically consists of a bunch of like 1-story semi-detached bungalows that kind of surround the pool and basically overlook the beach depending on what unit you have, but it's like a garden back here. It's got a little daunting at first because you can get lost down these paths, but they all basically lead to the pool or the beach, so if you get lost you just go back. But we had a very nice room. I had no complaints with our room. We'll take a look at it. Only a couple steps from the pool, so I think it was a good location. 20-second walk to the beach, something like that. A nice patio as well here. You could sit out, and there was other guests of the hotel, of the resort, but not many, just a few. So it was almost like we had the place to ourselves. There's your air condition control, your lighting control, also duplicated there behind the bed. Very nice TV. And they gave us coffee service and lots of glasses. There's a mini bar down there. I didn't eat anything out of the mini bar. They do give you free water, a complimentary water, and they also gave us this little bowl of oranges here, some fruit there. But very comfortable bed, a very welcoming room. I had no issues. Ceiling fan there, and nice bathroom as well. With also they provided pool towels, they provided umbrellas, there was a flashlight, everything that you want, and nice big bathroom. So we enjoyed this. We were here for 3 nights, and it did come with a breakfast. We'll take a look at the breakfast, but probably not till next episode. We got here today after a long travel, checked into the room, and I wanted to look around. There's the robes. I wanted to look around the room and look around the resort because we just got here, but we were so hungry, we also wanted to go out and get something to eat. So we'll just take a quick look around the resort here in the room and kind of give you an idea what it is. We're going to be here 3 days. We've got plenty of time to see everything. But just a few steps out the doors, this wonderful pool that kind of looks over the beach, all the lounges, large pool. And like I said, it's just direct beach access. And most of the places are on the other side of, I guess they would call that beach road, whatever the road is that runs along the beach. And you would have to cross that road or something. There's not many of these resorts, at least none, not many or none even, that were open when we booked. So yeah, good little look around here, but we are very hungry, so let's go get something to eat.
Shame that's closed. That looks good. Maybe they open at night because it's right here at the big Patong Beach Bangla Road, which kind of looks deserted. When McDonald's is closed, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, that was actually fine with us. We were looking for something more localized, like this stand right here. This was in a little alleyway right off of Bangla Road, and it looks like they had plenty of fresh food, local recipes, hopefully, for sale.
นี่อะไรเนี่ยขนมจีนเหรอ อร่อยไหมโอ้โอเคโอเค
เป็นขนมจีนจ้ะ
มีแพะไหม
เผ็ด
โอ้เอา
กินเผ็ดได้เหรอคะ
กินแพะได้
So yeah, keep in mind, we left home a little after 7 in the morning. By the time we got here, checked into the resort, freshened up a little bit, and went out foraging for food, it was around 5 o'clock already. And we hadn't eaten all day, so this was definitely a sight for sore eyes. So you wouldn't believe the price either. Very reasonable. One portion of Kanom Jean with your choice of sauce, 30 baht. 30 baht right here on Bangla Road. I was shocked almost for that. Even in Pattaya somewhere like along Soy Bacow, it would probably be more than that. But they had all the veggies sitting there. You get that with it as well. So for $1 a plate, how can you go wrong? We were definitely set.
All right, we found something to eat. Kanom Jean. Actually, they have a spicy version of Kanom Jean down here. I think that's what I'm getting. It's kind of native to Phuket area. ไม่ร้อนเหรอ
Yeah, I was still kind of looking around and exploring the place and deciding what I wanted. And V had already got her food set down and was already eating.
Seems like the place to eat. The locals are here anyway. That tells me that's where I want to eat.
On the way over here, we did see numerous other places open. There was a Indian restaurant. They said the food was 40% off, and there was like an Irish pub that was 25% off. So prices are low here right now because there's nobody in town. So there's that competition for the available tourist dollars and baht. So we just kind of wanted something like this, and I tell you, it was maybe the best Kanom Jean I ever had.
Mine was fabulous, I tell you. I got the pumpkin with chicken. Spicy. I'll tell you what it tasted like. Another one. อร่อย
So yeah, I realized we didn't have a whole lot of time to look around Phuket on this first episode, but I promise on the next episode we will pick right back up here from the same stool that I'm sitting right here on Bangla Road, and we'll go from there. We're going to rent a motorbike, we're going to explore the island, we're going to meet people, do things, at least everything we can in the several days that we have here. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you're looking forward to the rest of the series. I want the series to do well, and I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. Here's a spoiler alert. We had a great time. So there's that. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode off here, and as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.